What is it?
There's my father and he's seen me.
I think it's rather wild to find your father in a nightclub.
You wouldn't if it were a weekly occurrence.
Can't we just wave hello and leave it at that?
Don't you see whom he's with?
The Prince of Wales.
Your Royal Highness, may I present my daughter, Madeline? Mrs. Dudley Ward, my daughter, Madeline. And this is?
Lady Rose McClare.
Your father must be Shrimpy Flincher.
He is, Your Royal Highness.
Good old Shrimpy. Won't you join us?
We'd be honoured, sir.
How's old Shrimpy getting on?
Pretty well, I think.
Do you know who put me up in Bombay last year when I was touring India?
He wrote and told me all about it. Your visit was a great honour.
I don't know about that. He was very hospitable. But I'm afraid I found it so beastly hard. How in the name of blazes does he stand it?
I'm not sure he has much choice in the matter, sir.
No, indeed. No choice at all, poor devil.
I can't tell you how pleased I am to have some reinforcements. He was getting rather grouchy. Now look what a difference you've made.
So shall we?
I don't see why not.
Why not what?
Some of us are going on to the embassy later.
Oh, what fun.
No. Well, you can come if you'd like.
I will. Why is Samson here?
Aunt Rosamond brought him. Papa's livid, but there's nothing to be done. We can't make a scene.
I sometimes feel we should make more scenes about things that really matter to us.
Wouldn't be very English.
What's so funny?
Frida was showing us a letter.
What's so special about a letter?
It's special because of who wrote it.
Rose, you must be tiddling.
I think I am a bit.
It's my fault. I never should have mentioned it.
Isn't anyone going to dance?
Mr. Levinson, Madeline's dying to dance. Will you rescue her?
Oh, I watch dancing. I don't do it.
I don't believe that. Off you go. And what about you, Frida?
Very well, but you have to promise not to step on my toes.
I'm afraid Father forced me on you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm used to it.
Used to what?
Fathers wanting me to dance with their daughters.
Would you care to dance?
Oh, there's Neil Foster, now topping. Can you go after our bags?
Of course.
Rose. Oh, are you at all the presentation courts? You are good.
Well, there are only 4, and David, the prince, likes me here. He said you were very sweet about him.
Is something the matter?
Do you remember that letter we were laughing about the other night?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, when I got home, it was missing. It wasn't in my bag, and I know I put it back.
I saw you.
I was so hoping you might have taken it as a prank. I would be a bit cross if you did.
I'm afraid not. Try Madeline.
It wasn't her. It's just... if it falls into the wrong hands...
No need to explain. Has anyone been in touch? Asking for money?
I wish they had. At least then I'd know how to get it back.
And anyway, why did Mrs. Dudley Ward have a letter from the prince in her handbag?
I expect it was a love thing.
Well, it won't be much of a love thing when it appears in the American newspapers.
Do you think that's why he took it?
Samson took it to make money. The question is whether he means to blackmail Mrs. Dudley Ward or sell it on to the foreign press.
No wonder she was in such a state. I can't tell you what it said.
Don't. I'm a monarchist, and that's why I would like the letter retrieved and why I do not wish to know its contents.
I feel so guilty. If I hadn't joked about it, he would never have suspected it was in her handbag.
Good God.
suppose one of the porters calls the police.
Do you want the heir to the throne to be lampooned across the world with a story that will never sleep, even when he's safely crowned and married to a foreign princess?
No, but I can't help feeling he's brought it down on his own head.
Well, even if that's true, we introduced Sampson to Mrs. Dudley Ward, and Rose as good as gave him the letter. The fact is, this family is responsible for the whole ghastly debacle.
Well, we ought to concentrate, or Samson will have his way with us.
This is so kind of you.
Sorry to hear that Mr. Sampson has taken ill, miss.
I'm sure it isn't serious, but we do need to gather some things.
Well, let me know when you're finished and I'll come and lock up.
Thank you.
Mine, I believe. Sorry.
Heavens, you do have the cards.
I must play more.
There you are. You said Samson would have the trick of it. I haven't had a hand all night.
Gentlemen, have we had enough?
Surely not. We've only just begun.
No, I think that's it.
So you intend to see her again?
Called it off.
I gather we failed to protect the prince from his recklessness. So now the press will go to town.
I'm afraid so. But I dare say his lack of judgment would have tripped him up sooner or later.
Rather gloomy for a monarchist.
I'm a realist monarchist.
Well, you know me.
Thank you.
Which is Mr. Sampson's? Don't worry, I have it here. Thank you, Mr. Carson.
Didn't you ever get tired?
It's a lucrative game. Thanks.
Did you talk to Mr. Neville? You read the book today? You enjoyed yourself?
There we are, sir.
Pity. Older. And there's no chance of Mrs. Delson.
Good night.
I'm worn out. I feel as if I spent the whole evening trapped in the cast of a whodunit.
Nobody's done it. That's the problem. Good night, Mama.
Night, dear.
I beg your pardon, my lord.
What's this?
It occurred to me, my lord, that were I in possession of a very sensitive document, I would not leave it unguarded in my home, but rather I would take it with me wherever I went. So I helped the gentleman on with his coat.
He left it in his overcoat?
It was in his inside breast pocket, and now it is safely in your hands. I'll see you upstairs, my lord.
Mr. Sampson appears to have dropped it, and Bates picked it up.
He dropped it.
Aren't we fortunate?
Fortunate is one word for it.
So it was a happy ending, milady?
A happy ending for the prince. A crisis for the monarchy has been averted. Although, given his character, I wonder if we won't see another before he's finished.
But the next one won't be the fault of the Crawley family.
But seriously, we are so much in Bates's debt. I'll thank him in the morning, but would you tell him how grateful we are?
He'd be glad to have been of use, milady. He's very loyal to the family, but you already know that.
I do. And the family is loyal to him, to both of you.